Testing, testing. That seems like a decent balance for now. I'll just reduce the game a little bit more. What's wrong with my bit rate? Well, I'm gonna restart stream real quick. You know, running a stream is a little stressful just because you gotta make sure everything's in order before you actually start streaming. By the way, to who's watching, is my audio balance good? Like my microphone and my desktop audio? What do you say that the... Is my audio balance good? Yeah, sorry. If it echoed a little bit, I'm sorry. It's just because I have my phone on just so I can see the chat. I don't have a dual monitor setup or anything fancy like that. It's 4 minutes to noon. Should I start the stream now? Whatever. I'll just start. Hey guys, welcome back to a live stream of KSP Resurgence. I'm sorry, I will not get a video out this weekend. That's because I'm doing a live stream. So, yippee. So, maybe wondering when I'm actually going to be doing this live stream. I'm actually designing a space plane to go to a very unique planet. Just gotta give it a minute to load. So, this is a target over here. It's the Aklarka, this huge Hycean planet with a thick atmosphere. This is where I want to get this space plane to land. So, I mean, it does have a couple of moons, but those shouldn't be too difficult to land on. But as you can see, I'm not sure if the bit rate's high enough. It has 7 atmospheres of pressure and 0.8 Gs, so I mean, slightly easier to land on than I would say Kerbing or any other stock Kerbing-like body, just because it has less gravity, but that atmosphere is thick. Now, thankfully, I do have mods that will make things a lot easier to actually get off this planet. And also, it is a Hycean planet, so it's all atmosphere. And also, I think it might be actually oxygen jagged, so I could use jet engines, but I feel like nuclear engines would be a better fit. So, let's get started, shall we? By the way, feel free to chat. I keep an eye on my chat. So first I want to show you the, where is it? I want to show you the, interplanetary vehicle that will carry this space plane. It's called Fortitude. It's got quite a lot of Delta V, it's like almost 200,000. And, I want to have it to carry like a small MK Mark II form factor space plane, so let's get started. You know, I should probably be using the hypersonic cockpit just because it has better heat tolerance and holds 3 Kerbals instead, so I'm going to use that. So we actually have a variety of, that's weird, okay. We have a variety of options available for us. Could use, think about using a nuclear engine like this one right here. Fortunately, this exclusively uses liquid hydrogen when in closed cycle, and liquid hydrogen is a very not dense fuel, so it'll burn in like seconds if I don't pack enough. Burns 400 a sec, considering, where is it? Let me just search for MK2 real quick. By the way, if there are any issues with the stream, please let me know immediately. Oh, 4,000 liquid hydrogen. So this would burn out in 10 seconds. Not ideal at all. TWR is also somewhat high. Let's see if it were wrong. Air breathings. We're wrong. Even has higher TWR, so you just put more fuel, even more fuel. But then at this point, we start getting a little hefty and a little chunky. So scratch the closed cycle nuclear jet engine. I have a better idea. I'm going to use one of these plasma engines. Now, these usually use lithium, but I have a mod that also lets them use hydrogen. And this alone gives me much more Delta V. If I were to add another fuel tank, bam, a lot more. I could use lithium for better fuel density, but there isn't an MK2 lithium tank. I could, like, clip some tanks into, like, a service bay or something, but that'd be kind of jank, not gonna lie. So, this, a bunch of these, and toggle mode. That gets me a lot more Delta V. I'll experiment. I have all the time in the world. Some payload. So, I'm going to initially start out with a hydrogen setup. I'm maybe wondering how I'm actually going to power this thing. Since nuclear reactors are very heavy, if I were to add it, Delta V would go down dramatically. See, it'd be 6,000 without it. It cuts getting half, so I don't want that. Thankfully, I do have some very, very powerful fuel cells that should be able to power me. So, they're from Sterling Systems, if you're wondering. I don't have any of the inline ones yet, but this one is more than enough. See, this engine makes hydrogen mode. The hydrogen mode takes up a lot more electric charge. It uses... Actually, these are about the same. Never mind. It's like 1,000? This one gives you 1,000. Over 1,000, in fact. So I'm going to use the cheapest option. I'll also put some batteries on here. I'm going to hesitate on the science experiments because I don't want to do that till I have like a more finalized design. Seems about right. This gives me 3,000 meters per second of delta V as it is, which is actually not that bad. Almost 4,000, but that's going to go way down. Probably put more hydrogen in here. Use some procedural wings for this part. More wing strike there. I could probably lay off in the wing space just a little bit, since the atmosphere on our target planet's gonna be really, really thick. I don't need all that wing space. It's gonna be too much extra drag I won't need. I'm just gonna add a tail fin. I'm not gonna go procedural. I'm just gonna use this one I really like. Now, unfortunately, this engine won't do anything at sea level. We'll do a lot on vacuum though, so I'm gonna need to add some jet engines that'll get this job done. Like, I'll probably use some of these nuclear engines. Or how about use some of the OPT ones? This weighs only 3 tons, while the Tori 4 tons. The Gladius, I'm gonna do this one. Actually, wait, you know, this actually might be lighter. How much will one of these jet engines get you? Okay, I think we actually only need one of these. How about one of these? What's a TWR with this? No, wait, hold up. We need to actually give it an intake, or else the Delta V counter will trip out. Okay, actually, I think maybe we should be going for... Actually, I'm touring. I'll see what the... This doesn't have a close cycle. No, actually, I have an idea. This is a close cycle. Just tweak scale it down. You know, using air intake. Excellent. I'll call this the X3. Maybe some guy in the... You know, never mind. I'll call it the X6. Just why not? Give you a quick test. This is just a quick test, so I will be using cheats. I mean, splashed down hard and went to sleep. It was like the softest landing I've ever seen. Okay, I'm gonna have to bend the rules a little bit. Why that? What are you talking about? I have cheeks on. You're not allowed to break. Disable crash damage. Why is it still breaking? Good grief. This could be harder than I thought. Maybe I have to put it in a different spot. Get out of here. Cheats. Positioning. I'm actually do 5,000. Latitude. I'm gonna do longitude of like 100 or something. Hopefully I'll spawn on the daytime side. See how well this guy flies. That flies really well, actually. Oh. I probably should put some air brakes on this. You know, hopefully my plane doesn't get struck by lightning. capturing some planets. It actually flies really, really well. And the air intake blew up again. What do you mean splashed down, Mark? That was the sweetest landing I've ever seen. Maybe it doesn't like filling up with water. Okay, I'm just gonna... There we go. Good as new. Give it auto strut. The air intake's probably going to explode for no reason, just because it's probably made of paper. It says reinforced, but it definitely doesn't seem like that. Prepare for the best landing ever. You know, wow, you look at these wings are practically a hovercraft. Baby's moving. Hard part of actually taking off. Scale the base here and get me to orbit. Get out of here. The thick part as quickly as possible. Roll over something. We are still climbing, so it'll probably just be a really, really long ascent. It's really overkill about it. It just keeps me jiggering. By the way, if you're frozen, you should probably I consider this test a failure. Yeah, maybe I should try a different engine with more thrust. These Glickstock engines, which I probably won't be able to use. I mean, it's just visual, but I still won't use them just because they look bad. Looks better. This one has really crazy gimbal. Better TWR too. Might actually get off the ground with this one. What's better is that I'm not using tweak scale, so it won't be as cheeky or glitchy or anything. Try it 150. Don't forget the takeoff part. The takeoff part is straight off right now. It's going a lot faster. That's more clouds. You know, this test might actually be successful. I wonder if the closed cycle will actually get us anywhere, because this engine does use hydrogen. By the way, if you're new to the stream, welcome. Oh, there's a lot of flashes. GDBR is still looking good, not at all. How's the atmosphere at height of this planet? I don't know. Okay, very high. Wow, really beautiful sight here. I actually take a screenshot. Yeah, great view of the rings, great view of the clouds. Breaking the sound barrier slowly but surely. Cool view of the IVA. Can't really see much from up here, but out here I can see all the clouds, the sky, the rings. And we're actually quite high up. If this were like the stock system, we'd already be in space, but you know, this is big boy. I'm actually getting a lot of TWR now, so maybe I think like this pitch is good. Things will get toasty very, very soon. Got a long, long road ahead of us. You know, this spaceplane can actually get me to orbit. I won't have to have this fuel cell. gonna start flattening out. Just because we're actually... You know, we are nowhere near having a... Switch it close like. And yes, unfortunately, the Firefly configs are bugged. Well, not really bugged, you just make for an older version. Yeah, there, the cloud just disappeared for hot minute. Okay, there goes our... Hey look, we actually managed to, we got... Okay, our, engine is starting to, flame out a little bit. It's only doing impulses now. We're still accelerating, we're still moving. I want to save fuel. A fuel pincher. Once again, the clouds are acting a little wonky today. Okay, there we go. We're seriously out of air now. And with that, we would need only... Wait, can we get into orbit with this? Oh my gosh, we can! Even though we have a very, very teeny tiny amount of fuel. You know, if I just get some lithium, you know, some, plasma engines going, I could probably make this work out really well. Are we in space yet? No, we still have a ways to go. You know, this is a very, very beautiful planet, but it's quite tricky to land on and actually return. I mean, landing on it is easy. All you gotta do is make sure you don't flip over or anything during entry. I mean, the atmosphere isn't that harsh, but then again, it is 7 atmospheres, so you do have to pack those heat shields. And we make it with 56 meters per second to spare. I consider that test a success. Huge success. Now I just gotta make sure you can actually do some orbital maneuvering in space. Now I do have this cheeky little cube here. Weighs quite a lot. So maybe we can check down on that a bit. Hold up. I have an idea. How about we have 2 of these bad boys? Excuse me. Oh, wait. Yeah, the add-on I have for this doesn't work, so for some reason there's no hydrogen on this. That's okay, I'll just tweak scale these guys down. How about I just put them nice and close? Ah! Just gotta get them right in. Ah, whatever, I'll just put them on the side and just move them over. Using a vacuum. Not bad, the TWR is a little lacking. Oh well, it's actually not that bad. I didn't add much to the Oh wait, sea level. Oh, this is Aklarka have a much better TWR, so we should be good in that department. Okay, first of all, I do a quick vacuum test just to see if it actually works in a vacuum. Oh wait, I do forget, we actually need to pack some oxidizer on this thing for the fuel cell to work. That's okay, it's only a drop in the bucket. I'll just, oh, I forgot to turn those off. Propellant, turn this, deploy, start fuel cell. Only 20% load. Well, if I can actually scale down on this quite a bit. Save a lot of weight. All I have to do is place this big boy this little boy. Make sure it's nice and aligned. Close enough. And if I use this, oh wait, that's a lot less actually. Hold up. So for this, giving 1500 a second, 20% of that, let me do some quick math. Be 300, so I would need 2 of these. This SIP still weighs less than the now I gotta take one of these tanks because they're the only ones in my mod pack that can hold oxidizer. Alright, we scale it really small. That should be good enough. How much oxidizer does this take in? Three little oxidizer per second. Let me do some quick math of my watch real quick. .0.002 per sec. What they say we run that for a minute, for an hour. Three days you need 500. I'll just do this. This should be more than enough. And that's if we're burning for 3 days, so we still ended up gaining delta V from that, so it's all good. Now I don't even have to use the infinite propellant sheet to actually get places. This will actually definitely get the job done. Hey there, I noticed your chat message. Melissa, so thanks for responding. Welcome to the stream. And I'm trying to design a space plane for a mission to a very unique planet, but has a thick atmosphere, so it's gonna be trouble. By the way, if anyone in the stream could give me a name for this, that'd be amazing.
You should set your door. It's great.
Sorry, that was my brother. Anyway, I'm gonna do another test just to make sure this can actually go where I want it to. I'm actually gonna try bother landing it this time just to make sure I can actually take off. Very, very special plane. I was the one to pitch up. Like practically a hovercraft with this drag. This thing's the best glider in this atmosphere. It's just so thick. The softest landing ever. Despite landing so softly, the entire thing exploded. Splash down hard. These things always say they splash down hard, even though I barely touch the ground. Barely touches the ground and it just explodes. Create a splash. Must be a bug. Like a whole lot of parts, including this reinforced, ultra durable air intake. As soon as they just touch the water, it all explodes. Actually, no, this is the wrong spot. I want it to be during the day. Also, there's some weird islands checking only soon. Must be ice chunks. Maybe I should try landing on one of them sometime. This landing must be successful. Maybe so. Okay, that's enough. Time to actually take off. Splash on that. Now, if this actually succeeds, all I gotta do is actually have a way to attach it to the mothership. I mean, I probably won't get bothered with any of the docking stuff because I can go without. This thing is all the fuel in the world and can get anywhere. And other than that, I just guess I have to pray these don't explode as soon as I touch the water. Their warranty is probably voided too. If this works, I think I might actually be done with this design. I'll probably just set up some weird decoupler thing, just so it decouples from the docking adapter. Because I don't have to actually redock this to the mothership. I can just leave it in orbit because this is a one-use space plane. Though I do like the setup of having fuel cells in here and plasma engines back here for space planes, so I might reuse that in the future. Now, despite a really high thrust-to-weight ratio, we're actually going very, very slowly. Just goes to show how thick and soupy this planet's atmosphere is. Oh no, by the way, if you're focus sensitive, I suggest you click off this video just because there's lightning every like 0.2 seconds. It's ridiculous. Just lay back when I go in this upper cloud layer here. Like flying in the void, the darkness of space with no stars. Eventually, though, after this long, dark pause, we actually do end up reaching the cloud layers above. Actually does look really beautiful up here. Now, we may be accelerating rather slowly, but the atmosphere is actually quite high up. It goes up really high, so this engine can keep burning for a long time. And we are still accelerating, so slow and steady wins the race. This is gonna work. I think this is gonna work. We're gonna work just fine in testing. But when I actually do the actual mission, these engines are just gonna keep on exploding. Mark my words. I really like this radial intake. If you're wondering, it's from the KARE or KARE mod for Kerbal Space Program, the Kerbal Atomic Rocket Experiment or something like that. It's a really good mod. It has a bunch of nuclear jet engines. I'm pretty sure this will actually work out, because we actually got into orbit last time, and that was without these really super efficient engines, so we should be good and have lots of fuel to spare. Despite being so big and having such a thick, soupy atmosphere that goes for miles and miles, this planet only actually has 0.8 Gs, so it's only 80% of the gravity you experience back on Earth. This is Aklarka from the Celestial Harmony planet pack. It's a really great planet pack mod. It's a really looks great. I would highly recommend it to anyone who wants a new solar system to play in. Works with all the latest graphics mods, except for Firefly. The configs haven't been updated to the latest version. Maybe they have, I just have to update. I'm not sure what the Firefly configs would have looked like. Probably look like something really exotic. Also, it's around this part that the clouds have a habit of starting to glitch out. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, I'm actually have a really high apoapsis right now. And since I'm running out of air, this thing's just chugging and pumping and coughing, and then eventually it'll just... Oh, it enters closed cycle by itself. No thanks, I don't want closed cycle. That thing's super inefficient. In fact, I'm actually gonna switch my mode here. I actually have a decent amount of TWR. Oh no, we have no fuel? Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Fuel, Delta V indicator. You're wrong. This one's right. This guy's completely clueless. Now, flight engineer actually gonna look at my engines and see, oh, using this stage, you have to burn in 3 minutes. This one over here says I have to start burning 17 minutes ago. But that's wrong. You're wrong. You're all wrong. Except for Kerbal Engineer. Alia playing when? I was actually thinking of going to Alia, making a space plane for that. I'm not sure. Actually, probably somewhat soon, considering I do have the technology available. Maybe next episode, considering it is a year until my Fortitude interplanetary vehicle actually comes back from Gaia over here. Now, since I'm out of the atmosphere, the burn indicator actually starts giving me accurate numbers. Okay, I actually gotta prime the fuel cells, or else I'm gonna run out of power. Then we start the long Argus burn. If I try using burn while time warp too fast, it's gonna think that I run out of electricity and kick me out. So I'll have to do a low time warp just so it doesn't trip out. Just like that, I'm in orbit. With plenty of fuel to spare. I could probably land on some of these moons actually. Let me see how much that would burn. Not that bad, but this is a Spaceplane with no landing gear, not a lander. I consider that mission accomplished actually. I constructed a Spaceplane with the parts I have available. I just gotta figure out how to daisy chain this to this. So, I'm not gonna bother putting a docking port on here since I won't have to do any docking. Instead, I'm gonna opt for the more economic solution. Can I, like, dock it all the way back here? Like, I have an idea. I'm hoping this isn't Kraken bait, but I'm gonna put a strut here. Okay, never mind. It doesn't like that. How about I put it back here? Oh, this is so gonna be Kraken's bait. Okay, now I can't. Oh wait, now I can. Just, yeah, there we go. Right in the center. Gonna move it out for convenience. And I gotta put a decoupler here. Now this would be my docking adapter with a probe core. How am I gonna land it on Aklarka? Ooh, that's a good point. Very, very good point. You know, I think that might actually be what the ooh boy, yeah. That actually is a biggie because first of all, I should probably put air brakes on here. Just so we can actually slow down. Now this, Aklarka has a very, very thick atmosphere, so if I'm gonna be going in at like a few thousand meters per second, I'm gonna explode. What to do, what to do. I mean, I could swap out this cockpit and use some heat shields. Because I do have the Sterling wrapper heat shields. However, they won't cover the wings and not the shroud either. I could like do something weird like this and do it like this, but that would look really weird. So I think I have an idea. I'm actually gonna go in for a slower descent. Detachable heat shield on the bottom, that would work, but separating it's gonna be really difficult. I mean, I could just bite the bullet and like do another lander. I could use my old Nara lander from my Genghis Cube playthrough, affectionately known as a lawn dart, because the shroud and heat shield made it look like a lawn dart. But I want to use a space plane. I think it'd be a lot cooler. I have a lot of spare fuel, so I really don't think this should be an issue. First, gotta prime the fuel cells because we're in the vacuum of space now. Now we're actually moving not too fast. So all I gotta do is start slowing down. Let's slow down just a little bit. Just to 3,000 meters per second. I'm not too worried about entering the atmosphere in terms aerodynamically, just because I feel like this space plane actually somewhat stable, especially in the thick, soupy atmosphere. Also, I should probably get a action group for this. Okay, into the also still accelerating, so into the great soupy atmosphere we go. We're probably gonna burn up and crash and burn and die, but considering the atmosphere didn't really give us too much of fuss during ascent, I'm actually not too worried. I also really like the sun rising. The grading's really nice. Oh, maybe just bump up physics warp just a little bit. Oh no, we're starting to flip over. Oh wait, is the plasma going? Oh my gosh. Okay, this will definitely not be an issue. The only problem is actually maintaining a prograde direction. Oh yeah, actually surface velocity is actually rather low. You know, if I can land this thing... Stop going... Okay, there we go. If we actually land this thing... I'll actually consider this a success and move on. This is gonna take a while, so might as well have a quick chat. After this mission, I'm probably gonna go do a Magnifica 5. I'm gonna go on this gas giant right here. Wait for 5 years for the Eve clouds to load. Land on this bad boy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and also this guy. Just because I want to land on all the moons, scan them all, and figure out if I should place a colony on one of them. Also, at this point, we're going very, very slow. Going through the first cloud layer. This is when you're going to start seeing a lot of lightning, too. Or not. It's awfully calm for Aklarka. It's usually stormy all the time. Now, this has no landing gear because this entire planet is all ocean. Aside from a few ice shelves, I think they're made of ice. Other than that, it's just all 100% ocean. Oh my gosh, ready to start? Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. It's green. Why is it green? Okay, I'm gonna start doing a power descent. Just 'cause I'm sick of waiting. Now these look like hills, but do not be deceived, they are clouds. This is the first cloud layer, and we got this mist that's over the surface of the waters. Yeah, well, we have plenty of hydrogen to spare, so we can get into an orbit again. So actually entry is actually not that bad. You just gotta slow down a little bit. I mean, the orbit speed is a lot, but the surface speed is actually turned out to be quite low. So I probably didn't have to slow down all that much. Now, can this space plane take off at Sanctar? Not sure. The TWR is actually somewhat low, but here, with a lot of atmosphere, it's actually somewhat high. Excuse the pulsating clouds. I'm gonna take a steeper descent just because I want to fly by this weird thing right here. It's probably an ice shelf. These are the ice shelves I've been talking about. As you can tell, they're quite reflective. I gotta make sure I do the smoothest landing in the universe. Otherwise, I'm gonna go flowy again. And that will not be good, especially such a long descent. Baby smooth landing. Baby smooth. Gotta ease down on the ground. Do it very easily, like you're kissing your sister. It's kind of hoping it would explode just because then my joke back there would have been a lot funnier. Hello? I'm under the water. Please help me. Okay, at this point, you just gotta stop. Come to a complete stop. Okay, you can probably come to a complete stop in the actual mission, but now it's time to take off again. I've already proven this can take off twice, so I'm not gonna bother doing ascent again. So I consider this thing worthy of flying. But wait, there's more. Can't forget the glorious science. Why would I be landing on here if I don't do science? I just gotta... This thing's 0.4 this way, so it's more compact. Okay, where should I put this science? I'm assuming I'll put it in this cargo bay. And this will be for the vacuum. Put you in there. Gotta put one of these bad boys in here. I think a Science Junior. Gotta use the universal storage one just because it's a little bit more compact. Now, I'm worried about the drag, but I really don't think it'll be that bad. Besides, if worst comes to worst, we can just get an engineer and EVA and remove all the science experiments. This is only surface attached, so I gotta do some weird daisy chain here. Yeah, mission accomplished. And just for more science, you know, it probably won't work since I'm underwater, but I'll put one of these inside anyway, the EVA experiment kit, because I will be using it in space and on other missions. I gotta figure out how to attach this to the mothership, so like I was doing before I was actually notified of potential issues with landing, thanks to someone in the chat. Kudos to you. You're my #1 supporter, by the way, according to YouTube. So thanks for watching all this way, if you're still here. Stack separating the decoupler. This will be our docking adapter. It'll be a one-time thingy. Give it a probe core, some batteries. By the way, this is from a new mod, Mark II loads. Just came out since pre-release. And just gotta give it a port. And there we go. I just gotta send this guy into space when Fortitude returns. and we'll be well on our merry way. Okay, we got the science. It can land, it can take off again, it can connect, it can dock, it doesn't need any RCS. I just gotta do some bunch of stuff with spinning around. It is quite maneuverable, so it shouldn't be an issue. I didn't have any major cracking attacks landing this one, so I think that was just a one-time issue. So yeah, I think this is a job well done. Now, if you remember correctly, Aklarka does have a couple of moons that I plan on landing on. I'll just reuse this lander right here. If you're truly a loyal viewer, you will recognize this as my Daystar lander. This will work perfectly for all the moons. Can go anywhere with lots of biomaps because it has tons of fuel because it uses an exotic mixture of diboring and liquid fluorine. It also has a really good antenna that may or may not be able to reach the Kerbal Space Center all the way back at home, just because it's going to be super far, way further away than Daystar, so hopefully that works. Now what else can I do to prepare for my next mission? What should I do? Am I done? Am I ending stream? I mean, I built a Spaceplane. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think I'm gonna end stream now. So, okay, thanks for watching. I'm glad I could have this live stream and actually get things done, and I'll see you all next week. Hopefully I get a video out by then.